goodness, this keeps getting cut off. Okay, hopefully my computer doesn't die now. It says the perimeter of a rectangular deck is 175 feet. The length of the deck is 6 feet longer than twice the width. So we need an equation that has this. And when it talks about the perimeter of a deck, there's 2 lengths and there's 2 widths. So 2 lengths, 2 widths, 175. All those have that. So we know that. So we got to really look at here, 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 and here. Well, there wouldn't be any subtraction because we're talking about length here. We didn't say less than. So it's got to be D. Number 10, Samantha and Maria purchased flowers. Samantha purchased 5 roses for X dollars and 4 daisies for Y dollars. And they spent 32. Maria purchases 1 rose for X dollars and 6 daisies for Y dollars, and she spent 22. Which statement is true? A rose costs $1 more than a daisy? Well, we have to figure out the amounts. Sam spent $4 on each daisy. Doesn't make sense. Sam spent more on daisies than she did roses, or Sam spent over 4 times as much? All right. Well, we actually have to solve this. You can get rid of x's or y's, but I see x's here will be easier. You have a positive 5. And if you multiply by a negative 5, you'll get negative 5x, negative 30. Negative, you go over to the side. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. What did I just do? 5 times 2 is 10. Yes, 5 times 2 is 10, 11. Sorry about that. Okay, so 110, negative 110. Okay, the x's are going to cancel, and you're going to get negative 26y equals, you have to remove 32 from 110 to make it negative. It's going to be 78. Now, how many times is 26 going to 78? Should be 3. So, yep, it'll be 3. So y is 3. That means that the daisies were $3. So you got to plug 3 back in. Let's try 1x plus 6y equals 22. You got to plug 3 back in to figure out what x is. And x will be 4. So roses are $4, daisies are 3. So let's go through the list. A rose costs $1 more than a daisy. Yep, that's true. Okay, these are the kind of questions that are going to be on your keystone. It's not going to be like 1x plus 2y equals 7 and negative 1x plus 5y equals 10. Solve for x and y. It's not going to be that easy. It's going to be something like this. Okay, it might have some easy ones, but this is to really prepare you. It says the length of a rectangle. Well, they told me rectangle, so let's draw one. The length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. The sum of the length and the width is 24 inches. What is the length? Well, if the length is also representative of 3w, let's replace it with 3w. The sum of the length and the width. So before w equals 24, the width is 6. They want to know the length, though. Well, if I put 6 back in, it's going to be 18. Okay. It says Karen makes $5 per hour babysitting and $12 per hour with music lessons. One weekend, she worked a total of 18 hours and made $139. Okay, so we're talking money, babysitting, money, music, total money. Just babysitting, just music is just the total of hours. So the hard part here is setting it up. Let's multiply the bottom equation by -5 so we can cancel out the b's. 18 times 5. 40, carry the 4, it's going to be 90. So we're going to get 7m equals 49. So music would be 49. 49 hours. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, we have to divide by 7. So if it's 18 hours total and 7 was music, then 11 was babysitting. How many hours did she spend babysitting? 11. All right. The price of a hamburger is $H. The price of a hot dog is $G. Carter bought 3 hamburgers and 2 hot dogs and he spent $10. Nathan bought 2 hamburgers and 3 hot dogs and he spent a total of $7. The facts are represented by the equations below. Which statement is true? Hot dogs cost more than hamburgers? Hamburgers cost more than hot dogs. Hot dogs cost $1 more than hamburgers. The cost of hamburgers and hot dogs is the same. All right. So we have, let's just get rid of H. So if I have a 3 and a 2, 6 is going to be the number that you want them both to be, one being positive and one being negative. We get 6H plus 8G equals 20. Negative 6H plus 9G, it's negative. Negative 9G equals negative 21. This is going to be a negative G equals a negative 1, so G is 1. Hot dog is $G. So a hot dog is $1. Sounds reasonable. If I substitute 1 back in, 3H plus 4 times G equals 10. If I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 6. H then is $2. Okay, a hamburger is $2 and a hot dog is $1. Hot dogs cost more than hamburgers. No. Hamburgers cost more than hot dogs. True. Hot dogs cost $1 more than hamburgers. Nope, it's vice versa. The cost of hamburgers and hot dogs are the same. Your answer is B. Determine which point is a solution to the systems of inequalities by graphing. So this is correct, and if I graph this, you have to move 2x to the other side. So if I create an x and y axis, I begin with B here. I begin with 6, and I go down 2 over 1. I'm sorry, down 2 right 1 because it's a negative. And I shade above because it's greater. Then this one says begin at positive 3, go down 2 over 1. They're going to be parallel lines. And this tells me to shade less than. So do they share the point 80? No. Do they share the point 00? No, it's just in the one area. Do they share the point -73? No. Or do they have no solution? They don't share any points. Okay. Last page. Which inequality is shown in the graph below? So your y-intercept is 3. So y, you're adding 3. What's your slope? If you can write the word 0, it's a 0 slope. You shade it above, so it's greater. Well, can't really write it like that with 0x. So your answer would be C. Okay, down below it says, which of the ordered pairs is a solution to the set of inequalities? -2, 2, no. 3, 4, no. -1, -4. That looks like it. Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -2. So it's C. It says, Mike always leaves a tip between 8 and 20% for the server when he pays for dinner. So it's lower than 20%, but it's greater than 8%. We always go, here's the decimal, to the left, 0.2. To the left, 0.08. This can be represented by the system of inequalities shown below. where y is the amount of tip and x is the cost of dinner. When the dinner is $10, the amount of tip must be between $2 and $8. Okay, so if I put a $10 dinner in here, that means the tip here would be less than $2, but greater than 80 cents. So that's not between $2 and $8. When the cost of dinner is $15, let's put $15 in here. It must be between $1.20 and $3. Well, double 15 is 30, but there's a decimal, so it's $3. And 8 times 15, that's 80, and then 40, which is 120. So it's $1.20. You just use a calculator. So I'm less than $3, but I'm more than $1.20. You're in between $1. Yep, that's B. So you have to actually substitute in the cost of dinner to see what the tip would be. Okay. Constructed response. A 90-foot jump rope is cut into 2 pieces. So you have a piece of rope that is 90 feet long. There's piece 1, there's piece 2. They're different pieces. It's not 45 and 45. It could be 10 and 80. It could be 20 and 70. We have no idea. The second piece, we'll call it Y, is 2 feet shorter, so that's minus, than the other piece. Write a system of equations to represent the statement, which we did. Use any method to solve. Well, if I see an x equals or y equals, I'm going to replace y with x minus 2. So I get 2x minus 2 equals 90. I get 2x equals 92. I get x equals 46. So it says, explain why you chose this method. Y was isolated. Substitution seemed reasonable. Sure, whatever you want to write. I just wrote responsible. Ew, reasonable. Okay. What is the length of each piece of rope? Well, if y is equal to 46 minus 2, then y is 44. So 46 inches and 44 inches. Does that give you 90? Yes. A solution set for the system of equations is graphed on the coordinate plane. Write an inequality system. Inequality 1. So here we are at 6. So this must be 7. So we're adding 7. Our slope, let's see. We go up 1 and over to 4. So our slope is 1/4. We shade below, so we're less than, and it's a solid line, so it's equal to. Here, we're at -5, because it's in the middle. Our slope is, so we're going from -5 to -10. So we're going down 5 over 2. We shaded above on this one, but it's also equal to. It says, what are the possible solutions for this system of linear inequalities? Prove. So I'm just going to pick, let's say, I'll pick 4, 0, because it's in the shaded area. And here I'm going to prove it. I'm going to write the equation I picked and prove it algebraically by putting 4 in where x is and putting 0 in where y is. And then when I simplify, 4 over 4 is 1. 0 is less than 8, and that is true. Therefore, it works. Okay, let's try the other equation using that same point again to show that it works for both. If I substituted 0 in for y and 4 in for x, we get -20 over 2 minus 5. We get -10 minus 5. We get 0 is greater than -15, and that is true. Okay, So that is it for the review. You're going to take pictures and send them as a PDF. If you haven't used the app Cam Scanner yet, I recommend downloading that for those of you that send it as a picture. You can use this on your test when we come back from break.